Hello and welcome to Death Knights of Krynn, and this will be part 7. In the previous episode, I said something about going for a special item, but I decided to just get all the side areas done. So the next few videos will only be side areas, so I can focus exclusively on the story, so I can get it done in one stretch. So, bumping into random encounters, that is something that will be quite prevalent in this video. So just the usual softening of targets with fireballs and then let them come to us. In case I haven't explained the guard function, by the way, the guard function, you basically let your characters prepare for an incoming enemy. So they will get a free attack when they are being engaged in combat. That also works for the enemies, of course. Go Undead! Hooray! Lovely, lovely. Especially level draining undeads like whites. But you just turn them around. I hope. If you just turn undead, you get no experience for defeating them. You have to. They have to be destroyed in order to get experience. But there's so many undeads in this game, and another random encounter. Some fighters and a mage, and of course I forget about the mage. So he's going to employ my tactic against me. This is very rude of him. Well, I didn't actually forget about him. I forgot to get him damaged. So incoming fireball. Hurry. Hoopla, even. I'm not going to say hooray again. Hooray. Oh. Forgot. Sorry. Just shut him down. Good. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Have a fireball. I hope they liked. Hope that they liked that one. Even speaking can be difficult. Go on, shut him down. Thank you. And then just clean up duty. You can't swing a bow in melee, so you can't fire a bow in melee. Was before all those traits, whatever they're called, that allows you to fire bows in melee. So, loot. A lot of rubbish, but I realized that my white mage has a rather high armor class. Ideally, they're not supposed to get hit in melee, but that is unavoidable at one point or another, so increasing the armor class is always a good idea. Or decreasing, actually, but yeah. It gets better, but it gets lower. That makes perfect sense. Something they got rid of in later versions of Dungeons and Dragons. Someone actually worked out that it was easier to just compare the hit roll against the direct armor class number instead of having to subtract or add. So, more beetles. We are fighting the beetles. Fireball away. Have another. and then they can come to us. So we finally got to where we need to go. You spot a strange looking house nestled at the bottom of the valley. Do you enter? No, because we need to save first, because saving is important. I will be cutting out the saving I'm doing from the next videos. It probably gets rather annoying, so look out. This time we enter. A fancifully dressed dwarf bounces into the room, trailing a bright shower of ribbons. Welcome, welcome, he beams. Gluten's the name, mace is my game. A strong mind for riddles will bring a reward. A weak mind will need to rely on its sword. One word of caution before the part, clench your minds and souls before you start. Gluten tumbles from the room. So hereby this game is not gluten-free. Ha! 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 The wall speaks. What runs but never walks, sings but never talks. That would be water. What is your answer, O weary soul? Not very difficult riddles. Gluten whispers from the shadows. I gotta hand it to you. You did well that time. Let's see how you handle this one. The wall speaks. What do you use to slay a foe? Hoe, arrow, ring with woe. That would be hands. He sort of gives it away, saying I gotta hand it to you. Right again, booms a rather proud voice. The bards will have to taverns ringing with your praises if you can just get past the next riddle and a couple of tiny fights. Wall speaks. A bell shares it, her hands wears it. That would be ring, wouldn't it? Gluten's voice beams to come from the very walls. You have successfully answered the last riddle. Just a few fights remain. Undead appear all around you. If you survive them, no more riddles. And that's probably been one of the areas where I had to reload a few times because I cannot be dealing with being drained. It can be cured, but it's just time consuming. So I decide to just reload. And that's one reason why I save as much as I do. Nope. What did we get? Oh, just some money. You hear gluten again. Almost won. You have to find the secret way out. But we gotta save first. Follow the red doors. It seems to be a certain theme. Just doing a quick check. Casting prayer and bless before encounters is a good idea. Makes it harder for enemies to hit you and easier for you to hit enemies, and saving throws are increased and all sorts of good things. And yet another save. You hear a familiar voice. You found the main villain, or he's found you. Win this fight and the hard part is through. That is a lich. Not as bad as they may seem, especially not when the specters are gone. Just hammer it with magic missiles and a few punches in the face. But would be nice getting rid of that Spectre. Not dead yet. It was probably a bit overkill to turn it. I could have gained experience for killing it, but I didn't want to risk getting drained. So, a magic missile to the face. Kaboom. And yet another magic missile to the face. Kaboom. You can technically turn clerics, but you have to be quite high level as clerics, liches even. So, magic missiles will do the trick. That would be a mace +4. But that is not the main loot. The main loot comes next as reward for doing this. I just took a wrong turn. You're teleported. Gluten reappears. Fantastic. Congratulations, you win the grand prize. And this is what we came for, primarily. That's a girdle and a red magic user scroll. That girdle is a girdle of giant strength. Gotta go, the dwarf say it's time for another show. Cats or act again sometime. So, job's done. We got what we came for. A girdle of, I think it's frost giant strength. Can't remember what it sounds about right. It sets strength to 23. So that goes to my paladin because I can. So on that note, I'm going to end the spot here and say thanks for watching. Take care and see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.